Scout Automobile, welcome to start. Close your eyes and imagine a machine that has refused to surrender for more than half a century. A shape that the world recognizes in a single glance. A rear-engine silhouette that experts once called flawed yet today dominates supercar conversations. Now imagine that legend reborn with even sharper claws, more intelligence, and performance that borders on unreal. This is the 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S, the ultimate evolution of an icon crafted by Porsche. The story of the Turbo S has always been about controlled aggression. It's not the loudest car in the room. It doesn't rely on outrageous wings or spaceship theatrics. Instead, it whispers confidence. The 2026 model takes that whisper and turns it into a thunderstorm hiding beneath elegant sheet metal. At its core sits the legendary 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six engine. Mounted behind the rear axle, this configuration remains one of the boldest engineering decisions in automotive history. Decades ago, critics believed a rear-engine layout would forever limit balance, but Porsche engineers did what they've always done: refined, recalibrated, and reimagined until that weakness became a competitive advantage. In 2026, output climbs to approximately 1670 horsepower, with torque figures pushing beyond 505 match US beyond 590 pounds-fold. The turbo spool with violent urgency, yet response feels almost naturally aspirated, thanks to refined boost control and enhanced intercooling. Press the throttle and the power doesn't creep in. It arrives instantly, decisively. Launch control transforms the Turbo S into a physics experiment. Foot on brake, accelerator pinned. Engine revs stabilize like a coiled spring. Release the brake and the car catapults forward with such force that your vision tightens. 0 to 60 mph happens in roughly 2.4 seconds. That's not just fast, that's reality warping acceleration. And it repeats this performance again and again, without drama. The secret weapon is Porsche's PDK, dual-clutch transmission. Gear shifts occur in milliseconds. Clean, sharp, mechanical. There's no interruption in power delivery, no hesitation. Every upshift feels like a precision strike. Combined with the intelligent all-wheel drive system, traction becomes nearly supernatural. Even under brutal acceleration, the Turbo S remains composed, almost eerily stable. Look at the 2026 design, and you instantly recognize its lineage. The DNA of the Porsche 911 remains untouched in silhouette. The sloping roofline, the pronounced rear haunches, the circular headlamp signature, these are sacred elements, yet Porsche sharpens every surface. The front fascia features larger adaptive air intakes that open and close depending on cooling demands. LED matrix headlights gain a more technical, modern signature. Along the sides, sculpted channels feed air efficiently toward the intercoolers. The rear is where the Turbo S reveals its authority: wide stance, integrated light bar, and an active rear wing that adjusts angle based on speed and load. Aerodynamics in 2026 are no longer passive. The Turbo S actively manages airflow with real-time adjustments. At high speed, it lowers its ride height, reduces drag, and increases downforce simultaneously. It feels planted, like it's gripping the earth with invisible claws. Step inside and the cabin becomes a cockpit in the truest sense. Porsche understands that performance begins with driver connection. You sit low, wrapped in supportive sport seats stitched in fine leather and Alcantara. Carbon fiber trim accents remind you that weight savings matter here. A curved digital instrument display provides customizable performance data, yet the central tachometer still dominates the cluster. It's a symbolic reminder that Riveros remain the soul of this machine. The steering wheel is perfectly contoured, with drive mode selectors within thumb's reach. Technology integrates seamlessly without overwhelming the senses. The infotainment system is crisp, responsive, and intuitive. Wireless connectivity keeps you modern, but nothing distracts from the driving mission. On the road, the 2026 Turbo S reveals its most impressive quality: duality. In normal mode, it behaves like a refined Grand Tourer. The suspension absorbs imperfections gracefully. Road noise is minimal. The engine hums politely in the background. Switch to Sport or Sport Plus, and the personality shifts instantly. Throttle response sharpens. Exhaust valves open. Suspension stiffens. The car hunkers down, ready to attack corners with relentless precision. Rear axle steering enhances agility at lower speeds and improves stability at higher velocities. Enter a tight bend and the nose dives in eagerly. Apply throttle on exit and the rear digs into the asphalt, pushing you forward with explosive force. Braking performance matches acceleration brutality. Massive carbon ceramic rotors clamp with authority, scrubbing triple-digit speeds effortlessly, pedallessly, allowing precise modulation during aggressive driving. One of the greatest achievements of the Turbo S is accessibility. Many supercars demand expert skill to unlock their limits. The 911 Turbo S encourages confidence. Electronic stability systems operate subtly, intervening only when necessary. You feel supported, not restricted. The soundscape deserves admiration. The flat 6 produces a deep mechanical growl at low revs. As RPM climbs, the tone transforms into a metallic howl. Turbochargers add a sharp whistle, and each shift releases a crisp exhaust crack. It's mechanical music, raw yet refined. Weight distribution remains rear-biased, enhancing traction during acceleration. Decades of engineering refinement ensure the car feels balanced rather than tail-heavy. It rotates predictably and grips fiercely. Fuel efficiency improves slightly thanks to optimized combustion mapping and lighter materials. But let's be honest, efficiency is secondary here. This car exists to elevate driving emotion. On track, the Turbo S becomes almost surgical. Lap after lap, it maintains composure. Cooling systems prevent power fade. Brakes resist fatigue. Steering feedback remains consistent. Optional lightweight packages add carbon roof panels, forged wheels, and reduced sound insulation for purists seeking maximum engagement. Personalization options range from classic silver and black to bold custom paints. Inside the cabin, comfort technology remains impressive. Heated and ventilated seats, premium sound systems, advanced driver assistance features, all available without compromising performance identity. The 2026 model may subtly hint at Porsche's broader electrification journey, but the Turbo S remains proudly combustion-driven in its core experience. It celebrates the internal combustion engine at its peak refinement. Driving at sunrise on an empty highway becomes a transformative experience. The horizon rushes toward you at astonishing speed, yet the cabin remains calm. That balance between chaos and control defines the Turbo S character. Collectors admire it for heritage. Enthusiasts crave it for performance. Daily drivers appreciate its usability. The Turbo badge carries history dating back to the 1970s, when forced induction redefined sports car capability. Over generations, the Turbo S variant became the pinnacle of everyday supercar performance. Rivals may chase outrageous horsepower figures or radical styling, but the 911 Turbo S wins through cohesion. Every system feels integrated, engineered as one harmonious unit. Even after pushing the limits, you can drive home comfortably. That's rare. That's special. Park it under city lights and observe the proportions, the wide rear stance, the illuminated light bar, the subtle Turbo S badging. It doesn't scream for attention, it commands it quietly. In an era obsessed with drastic reinvention, Porsche refines rather than replaces. Evolutionary because it's so precisely executed. The 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S is not merely transportation, it's engineering discipline distilled into motion. It's a statement that perfection is not static, it evolves. And once you experience its launch, its grip, its symphony of mechanical precision, the definition of fast changes forever. This is not just the next 911. This is the ultimate expression of what the 911 was always meant to become. By Scout Automobile. Welcome to Start.